Thank you very much. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and good evening, Bloomfield. We'll now have roll call. Councilor Goodwin. Councilor Waterhouse.
Here.
Councilor Oliver.
Present.
Councilor Cooper.
Present.
Councilor McClary is not here. Okay. Councilor Mahan. Councilor Merritt. Deputy Mayor Lloyd.
Here.
And Mayor Anthony Harrington is here. We do anticipate possibly that Councilor Mahan may come on.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you. We will now have announcements and presentations. The presentation is an understanding of affordable and subsidized housing. The Crumbie Law Group will provide this presentation. Attorney Crumbie or Attorney Moore, you have the floor.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Let me just give me just 1 second.
Okay.
We'll check with Attorney Moore. Give me just a moment.
Okay. Thank you. For listening audience, just want to reiterate that we will have a presentation by the Crumbie Group. And the topic of this presentation will be understanding affordable and subsidized housing. It's in the process of putting much of the material together. One reason why we decided to have this presentation was there seemed to be misunderstanding locally of the difference between affordable housing and subsidized housing. I don't think there's any more that I can cover in the interim, so we'll just. But we would like to welcome our new colleague, Darrell Goodwin, to the chamber. And just a point of note, following this presentation will be citizen statements and petitions. So if there is anyone here in the audience that is interested in speaking, there's a sign-up sheet. And for those who are online, once we finish this portion of the program, if you could raise your virtual hand and our clerk of council will identify you. You think so? Hmm? Okay. You have the floor. You're on mute. Attorney Kirby, you have the floor. You're still mute. Something. For some reason, we're not hearing you. Please hold for just another moment.
How about now, Mr. Mayor? Can you hear me?
Yes. You're there.
Okay,
Thank you.
my apologies. I just spoke with Attorney Moore, and there seems to be some confusion as to what the presentation is. And so my suggestion is that we pass the item for now, and you and I can discuss this later and maybe present at a later time.
Okay. Okay, we will do that. So we will move to citizen statements and petitions. Statements by members of the public may be oral or written and shall start with the speaker's name and address and shall continue for no longer than 3 minutes unless permitted by the mayor or counselor presiding. We also want to just make note, if you are not a resident of Bloomfield, your time would be 2 minutes. And we will go from here. So do we have any speakers? No. Anyone online, if you are interested in speaking, you can raise your virtual hand. Once again, you have the opportunity to speak for a period of 3 minutes, and we will ask one other time before we close. Do we have anyone online that is interested in speaking for the citizen statements and petitions? Seeing none, I would move to close this.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you. We now move to the reports from council subcommittees. First, governance, policy, and economic development under Councilor Todd E. Cooper.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you so much. Our governance meeting was canceled in light of the deliberations that were being held with the workforce development subcommittee. So at this point, we do not have anything to report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And next is finance, budget, audit, and bonding. Councilor Kenneth McClary. I don't think he is on, so we will exclude that. We have next public health, safety, and environment. Deputy Mayor Cindy Lloyd.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. As we know, this one's a little lengthy, but robust with information that is of significant interest to the public. So I will begin. Thank you so much for your patience in advance. Going to the police department, we had a decrease reported in crime stats since this time last year, down 53%. Larcenies are down. As it relates to hiring, we have 4 vacancies with 2 officers in FTO, field training, and they are in the background process and reviewing for January academy candidates or possibly early spring if at another academy. So that's encouraging news as we continue to try to build our capacity to full strength at the police department. We have one officer on light duty and one with a long-term illness. So we do continue to struggle with the workforce, but we are filling those vacancies rapidly at this point. There were 56 motor vehicle accidents. There was 141 traffic details, 36 motor vehicle complaints. Mapleborough and Gap are still a focal point for the town, still dealing with the issues over there. The traffic has diminished, but the noise is still a little bit of a problem that they're working on. There was 20 details at Brown and Mills for speeding, as well as a concentration of effort at Granby and Toby. Citizens' complaints for September were 5 complaints, 2 use of force that have been resolved, and one was as a result of mental health and the other was a disturbance. Bloomfield Volunteer Ambulance, they attended several public events as they always do. They were also involved in the distribution of Narcan from the state. We do have some opioid settlement monies that need to be followed up with. That was originally through the West Hartford Bloomfield Health District. And I will find out the status of that so that we can see if they're able to coordinate with BVA on those funds. CEEC brought to governance a request for resolution for adding Bloomfield to the Highlands Region designation, and it was approved in July. So we're looking forward to recognition of that federal designation, which could bring federal funding possibly. They're reviewing tree replacement regulations, which are under review by the town. And we're also looking at November 8th as it relates to upcoming events. 9 to 12 Shred Day at our new location, once again going to be at Bloomfield High School. At this point, I'll announce that because of its overwhelming popularity, we are now limited to 3 banker boxes or something of that size on that day, although this is every several months, so you will have another opportunity later, but November 8th is Shred Day. Going to the fire department, Center Fire Chief Barnard reported 45 calls, 23 alarms, 6 power line or electrical calls, a hazmat response, and motor vehicle accidents, which were 2. On 926 on Oliver Way, there was a gas leak. There was a mutual response with Blue Hills to that event. There was also Company 1 work that was done. HVAC was upgraded, is in process. The alarm panel needs updating, and so they'll be dealing with that shortly. Doncaster, Company 2, windows are being addressed there. So all of our companies are coming up to speed as it relates to making them modern and safer places to be. On 9/1, some former events went to JCC Swim Club, and they also on 9/11 took the truck to the high school. On 9/2, they were involved in a Master Streams training. 9/9, as well as the 13th and 14th rescue weekends. And on 9/16, they had incidents at multifamilies training. 9/25, they collaborated with the Simsbury Task Force in 52. They also participated in flu shots. And going backwards a little bit, on 9/6, they had their annual clam bake, which was overwhelmingly popular with about 100 attendees. Blue Hills Fire had 39 calls for service. They have new applicants ongoing. They're growing, and there were 2 new in September. Monday night drills, they did ventilator drills, 9:15, ropes and knives, PPE, and breathing apparatus. So they continue, just like Center Fire, to train robustly. In the community, 9/16, they did the Senior Expo. 9/20, the Community Health Fair at the Cathedral. 9/23, they were supporting the car seat safety inspection with Bloomfield Police Department, as well as at 9/24, Craig Autism School. They had many, many other events, and they continue to be as invested in the community as the police department, as well as Center Fire. So we thank them and give them kudos for that. Bloomfield Volunteer Ambulance EMS report. The income is good. We know that that is based upon the billing for ambulance rides. There is a long lead time for the ambulance, but our ambulance is in queue. The BVA fund is actually who provides the monies for our ambulance replacements every handful of years or so. And that fundraising is going well, but it is a long lead time. So we don't have a date on the delivery of that yet. They have EMTs that utilize experience towards becoming a PA as well as an MD. So some of our EMTs, we're seeing a little bit of turnover. And also, we're also looking at BVA, how to incentivize the volunteers. We know that there was an issue that came up with noting that some of that income is taxable. And so they're looking at creative ways on how to continue to incentivize the volunteers because their participation is exceedingly appreciated and needed. Moving over to West Hartford, Blue Hills Health District. It is flu and cold season, as we know, and vaccinations are ongoing. If you need a flu or COVID vaccination, please call the office to schedule an appointment. The number is 860-561-7900. That's 860-561-7900. Recent community outreach events, ongoing public health information table at Bloomfield Food Pantry every other week, ongoing weekly nursing services at the Senior Center every Tuesday. September 10th, they participated in the Sugar Rush program, which was not the first time they have done that educational series on diabetes, health, and awareness. September 12th, drop-in naloxone training and tabling event at Isaac Spagel. September 16th, Senior Expo. The 21st, CHC Healthy Living Education Workshop. September 28th, overdose kit distribution at Bloomfield Sitco. So a question came up, were they able to distribute in the community? And over the last few months, they have been distributing overdose kits in the community. So for those who are wondering, yes, the answer is yes. And if you have any further questions about that as well, or getting access to those, please call them regarding that matter also. September 30th, they participated with Winterberry Fire Department Flu Clinic. Upcoming events, October 7th is the Senior Center Flu Clinic. October 9th, mental health presentation for older adults at the Senior Center. October 14th, Bloomfield BOE Flu Clinic, 1:30 to 4. October 16th, Bloomfield Town Hall Flu Clinic, 9:30 to noon. And October 17th, they will be participating at the Bloomfield Trunk and Treat event. For those that don't know about it, you can register for that amazing event at the Leisure Services website. The fire department, the police department, BVA, fire, just everyone is represented there. It's an amazing time for all. And I thank you. And this ends my report.
Thank you very much. And I would also comment on the trunk and treat event. It was very well attended the last several years, and we anticipate the same. The kids had a great time. I will now move to Education, Workforce, Youth Development, and Community Services. I will say that we are working with OPP, that's our piece of the pie, and Makerspace LLC, and a few other organizations to try to mold further our trades program and our summer bridge program. I will also mention that I met with the president from the University of Hartford, who has great interest in doing some collaborative things with the town. I've been in contact with Lisa Lomenzo and the superintendent, Tracy Youngberg, and they are scheduling an appointment because in the past, they contributed a considerable amount of money to our young people who decided to attend the University of Hartford. But since that time, those numbers have dwindled greatly. And I think the level at one point was $5,000 per year. Now, I believe at max it's $1,000. So the president really, really wants to engage the town. And so we're excited for this and do anticipate that he will be meeting with town officials to put a program together. Let me see. And that pretty much finishes off this department, although we have had several meetings of late to discuss the Arabella project. And one preceded this meeting. And so it has been recommended to council, and tonight there will be some discussion on this, but I just wanted to mention that it does fall in the workforce, education, youth development, and community services arena. So there have been quite a number of meetings to flush through things and to make it work right for the organization and for the town. This will conclude my comments on this committee. So we move now to council business. And let me just bring this up. So this is the consent agenda. And what I would like to know if there are any items that any of the members would like to be removed or,
I'd like to make a motion.
yes.
I'd like to make a motion to extract the draft September 25th, 2025 meeting minutes from the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
The treasurer,
Aye.
Warwick.
I'm sorry.
Wayne Benjamin. Go ahead, Lisa.
I think someone probably needs to
So,
put their mic on silent.
Cooper, there we go.
Okay. Thank you. The motion passes.
I have another motion. Motion to note that written public comments were received from Paula Jones of 5 Bear Ridge Drive for the 2025 public hearing regarding the tax abatement, requesting that Arbella at Blue Hills proposed housing development, which you guys will have. And then also Kevin Goff at 5 Bear Ridge Drive for the 9/25/25 public hearing on proposed ordinance 18-12 Bloomfield tax incentive policy for businesses and tax abatement requests at the Arbella and Blue Hills proposed housing development.
Thank you. And as a chair, we call on a vote for the entire consent agenda, which does require a second. So would,
Need a second?
yes, okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Nay. Okay, the mayor votes in favor, so the motion passes. Oh, I'm sorry. And one abstention. We move now to old business.
Could I move to add something to the agenda?
Let me see.
While we get into it?
Can we do that before the?
Before everything.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to move that we brought this item up last meeting, and I thought it was that we were passing on to the next meeting, but we didn't, according to the minutes. So I asked that we put it on this agenda, and that is consider and perhaps take action on adding a position of an accountant, and if it's necessary, take care of the funding of that. Can we put that on the agenda to discuss again?
I suppose that would be item 2026-23.
We'd have to discuss and vote on it to add it to the agenda.
Okay, okay. Is there a second?
I'll second it so we can discuss it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed or no? Any abstentions? Okay.
Abstain.
Okay, one abstention. All right, so we will put that at 2020. No?
That's for old business.
Ah,
No, okay. I thought that we were opening it up for discussion, not adding it to the agenda.
So we're adding it to the agenda.
Can we do that?
that was his motion to add it to the agenda.
So we can discuss
Okay.
it.
Oh,
Now we
discuss it.
can discuss it. so we can discuss it.
Was there a vote to suspend the rules?
No, there was not.
No, there was no motion.
So there was a request, I don't think it was formally stated, a request to suspend the rules for this item.
Are we still in discussion?
One moment.
I can move to
Ashley
suspend.
Moore said that we need to suspend the rules in order to add.
I will move that we suspend the rules for this item.
Is there a second?
I will second you, John.
Once again, all those in favor?
Aye.
There is one aye. Those opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
No.
Okay, and the mayor abstains. So this motion.
One
does not-
abstention.
Two. Okay, so the motion does not carry. All right, we'll continue with item 2026-16. Discussion and possible action regarding the proposed ordinance 1812, fixed property tax assessments for real estate development. The floor is open. Counselors here, let me know, or counselors online, give me a raised hand. Deputy Mayor Lloyd?
Yes, I make a motion that we accept the proposed ordinance 18-12 fixed property tax assessments for real estate development.
Second.
We have second. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any nays? Any nays? Any abstentions?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
might we please have a roll call vote on that?
sure. Let me get my little list. Okay. Counselor Goodwin? Okay. Counselor Waterhouse?
I can't hear
Yes.
Counselor Goodwin.
You can't hear?
No, he has to turn on his mic.
Yes. Counselor Waterhouse?
Yes.
Counselor Oliver?
Aye.
Counselor Cooper?
Aye.
Counselor Mahan?
Aye.
Counselor Merritt?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lloyd?
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. The motion passes. Thank you. We move now to item 2026-17. Discussion and possible action regarding updating of the Bloomfield tax incentives policy for businesses, also known as tax incentive options, policy 110.03. Is there any discussion? Councilor Cooper?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have heard the deliberations, how, this has come to fruition. I am one of those who believes that there is enough here, but that it could certainly be just enhanced a little more. I also am of the opinion and belief that I don't believe we went far enough in establishing this rule. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
However, with the consensus of what we do have, and in order to move the town forward and ensure that businesses are attracted to the town of Bloomfield because, you know, we, of course, cannot make promises to lower taxes for any of our residents. But what we can do is enhance those fiscal policies that will allow them, you know, to continue to live in their homes, to not suffer hits as hard as they could be. But also, I believe that it provides us a framework and some precedents to move forward with maybe further legislation and or simply more a diligent review of what our tax policies are, so that we can in the future, I think, avoid not only some of the tax policies but some of the other requirements that we kind of have introduced to development that doesn't seem to me to uh, encourage that the development here in town. So I think it is a good start as part of a full package, but I also think it's also a good start for us to review even more closely and make it more palatable, not only for businesses but certainly for our residents whom we need to have a fair share. We all live in this town. And I think we all suffer equally when it comes to this. But I think it is a great move and a great start. And for that reason, I support it. Other counselors may want to do things in the future, but I think at this time, this is what we have. This is what we've decided on, and I think it's a great start. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Cooper. Is there any more discussion? Okay, are we ready to call a question?
Can I make a formal motion?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. 2026-17, I make a motion regarding updating the Bloomfield Tax Incentive Policy for Businesses, also known as Tax Incentive Options Policy 110.03, be accepted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can we roll call?
Okay. We will start. Councilor Goodwin,
Aye.
Councilor Waterhouse, Councilor Oliver,
Aye.
Councilor Cooper,
Aye.
Councilor Mahan,
Aye.
Councilor Merritt,
Aye.
Councilor Lloyd.
Aye.
Oh, she, okay. And the mayor votes aye as well, so the motion carries. Excellent, excellent. We move now to item 2026-22, excuse me, 2026-18, discussion and possible action regarding request for tax abatement at the Arbella at Blue Hills. And I believe our town manager was going to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening to you. Good evening, councilors. Good evening to our citizens of Bloomfield. Can you hear me okay?
I'm sorry, we can't hear you too well.
Can't hear you.
I don't know why. Testing, testing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Tim.
Who can hear you just fine?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a little sick, so may not have my normal soft voice, but I'll try a little louder. So good evening, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, council. Good evening, citizens of Bloomfield and all staff present. I am pleased to report, Mr. Mayor and council, that after extensive talks to ensure that the council requirements for the Arbella abatement agreement has been agreed upon by the United Group. We are in a position now to move forward with this project. I'd like to thank the leadership of Mr. Mayor and Deputy Mayor and the councilors that were involved and had tremendous passion about making sure that the needs of the community were met And also, you know, the future needs of the community would be met with such a impactful project on the southeast side of town where I grew up, and there hasn't been any significant development over the last 50 years. Everyone came together along with my tremendous staff, which you know I already feel very strongly about, and Mr. Coleman and our CFO, Daryl Hill, and the support of our DTM, Sharon Howe, Mike Goldman and his team, and obviously the developer United Group, Mr. Jeff Smetana. Everyone came together and we were able to satisfy the needs of the council and making this happen. And to just touch on what those things are in a thumbnail sketch, there was a requirement of our involved councilors that at least 10% of the construction costs, which based on the construction dollars spent, would be spent within Bloomfield, Greater Hartford area, or in Connecticut. United Group has told us that they plan to blow that number 10% away, but at a minimum, we do have that 10% secured. We will have a compliance officer assigned to this case, to this project, to make certain that all requirements are being met. A penalty clause, which has already been discussed with United Group, has been added to protect the interests of the town. And near and dear to Councilor Oliver is the necessity of making sure that any apprentices assigned on this project will be registered with the state to ensure their safety and welfare and fair earnings during this entire project. So we are at that point now, Mr. Mayor and Council, that I am ready to receive your direction, that I work with our town attorney to come up with a final agreement for this abatement agreement, and which we will be prepared to have in front of you as soon as possible. Subject to your question, sir, and council, that's all I have regarding this matter.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there any? Yes.
I would like to make a motion that we adopt this agreement.
Second.
Going to public hearing.
Yes, it will, but
Yeah.
we adopt it subject to public hearing.
One slight
Yeah.
change. I do have a formalized
Oh, you do? All right.
statement. Is that okay?
You go ahead and read it.
Okay. And now I lost it. Oh my God.
You want me to?
I just had it. No. Okay. I move to authorize and direct the town manager and the town attorney to negotiate and prepare a formal tax fixing agreement between the town of Bloomfield and UBH Senior LLC regarding its proposed development, the Arbella at Blue Hills, consistent with the terms and conditions approved by the town council and in accordance with all applicable local ordinances, state statutes, and federal regulations.
If that's your motion, I
So
will second
moved.
it.
Second.
All those in favor, I guess we will do a roll call again. So Councilor Goodwin? Aye. Councilor Waterhouse?
Aye.
Councilor Oliver?
A double I.
Councilor Cooper?
Just so the numbers are numerically correct, 1/2 and I. No, I'm sorry, I.
Okay. Councilor Mahan? Councilor Mahan? Did we lose him?
Aye.
Oh, okay. Councilor Merritt?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lloyd?
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye as well.
Is Councilor McCleary on? I think he might have jumped on.
Oh, Councilor McCleary? We are now voting with regard to a motion to approve. Now I got to read it. We're moving to authorize and direct the town manager and the town attorney to negotiate and prepare a formal tax fixing agreement between the town of Bloomfield and UBH Senior LLC regarding its proposed development, the Arbella at Blue Hills, consistent with terms and conditions approved by the town council and in accordance with all applicable local ordinances, state statutes, and federal regulations. Are you there, Councilor McClary?
Yes.
Do we have a vote?
Yes.
Okay, great. And I called on our deputy mayor, and so basically unanimous vote, the motion passes. And we move now to item 2026-22, which is a discussion and possible action regarding conference room naming. We have some discussion. Yes, town manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I believe this is a continuation of what we had discussed at a past council meeting where they may have needed a public hearing for this matter. And as it pertains to the conference room naming, upon my arrival, I saw the value of trying to establish more connectivity with our public. And instead of having our conference rooms named after numbers 1 through 5, we had a contest amongst the staff, and we came up with known entities within the community to rename our conference rooms. So now we have the Warhawk Conference Room, we have Persian Park, we have Philly Park, we have Wintonberry Conference Room, and we have the Martin Luther King Jr. Conference Room. I blame it on myself for not realizing this had to go before council for approval. And I had started the process to make this happen as the CEO of the town. So I regret that I put the cart before the horse, but that's where we are now. And I want to make sure that we go through proper protocols to make the naming appropriate and official.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
I can,
Also move. I'll move it.
it's a motion.
Motion to rename the conference rooms. No, what is it? A public hearing to rename the conference rooms. It doesn't, to send it to. Okay, Tony, make the motion. You have it.
So the motion is to schedule a public hearing at the earliest date, next council meeting. Okay, great.
Second.
There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any not in favor or any abstentions? The motion passes, and so we will move this to public hearing. The next item on the agenda is a report from the town manager.
Hey, good evening again. And once again, a great deal of my time, energy, and health was dedicated to Arbella over the last month. And I just have to say thank you again to our counselors that were engaged in this process. And that starts with you, Mr. Mayor, our deputy mayor, Counselor Oliver, Counselor McCleary, Counselor Cooper. You dropped in and expressed your thoughts as well. And it was really a group effort with your leadership. We were able to get this ball across the goal. Tremendous. Looking forward to what I believe is going to be a very strong partnership with United Group. They are who we believe them to be, a very ethical and conscientious developer who is going to bring a first-class development to the southeast side of town in a space that has not been seen any attention in over 50 years. So I'm thankful for the efforts of Team Bloomfield here, Mr. Coleman, and our CFO, Daryl Hill, extension of us being Goldman and York, Mike Goldman and team, Denise, all stepped up and did tremendous things, and nothing could happen without the legal expertise of the Crumbly Law Group. So very, very happy for how we were able to come about and make successful ends to this matter, which, you know, we put the community first. By direction of the council leadership, we put the community first and got a win for all sides. So that really took up a majority of my time, but I do have a couple of more things to report on. This past Friday, I was able to attend New Britain Police Department's 25th Academy Session graduation. And at that point, we had two graduates out of that class, Officer Terry King Jr., who is a resident of Bloomfield, and Officer Dustin Mendenhall, who is a veteran of United States Air Force. They were both should have started their field training officer program. And so looking forward to seeing them on the street. Please welcome them with open arms when you do. I'm sure they're looking forward to a lengthy career serving our deserving public. I just want to let the council know that the Minority Expo, which occurred at 330 Park Ave, once again brought in a lot of minority contractors in the area and businesses that shared their expertise and knowledge about services they provided, and that went well. I know we had counselors involved on that day, and thank you for your attendance. One thing that I had a conversation with my Department of Public Works Director, Mr. Daniel Carter, was to be prepared for the first council meeting after next month's election to start to paint the picture of just how critical the needs are for some attention to our fleet. I'm going to have him paint the picture because I'm doing this very early before we even start anything related to budget, because I want to make sure that the council understands right now we are just blowing money out the water, paying for the maintenance of old vehicles, and where I think our money would be better spent in investing in new vehicles. And we're at that critical mass state right now that I'm going to make certain that all these matters that are of critical importance for us to be successful as a town, that I start bringing these department heads before the council starting next month, provided, you know, I have permission to do so on your agenda, Mr. Mayor. So that's it in a nutshell. We did have our quarterly town hall, and we did provide an award to the employee of the quarter. I don't want to crucify Matt's last name, but Matt in our town clerk's office was the deserving employee of the quarter with the write-up that his newly arrived town clerk gave of him. And so it was accolades placed well for job well done. And we continue to function at a high level, especially under the circumstances of reduced budgetary realities as a result of the money that we had to cut back. I am a bit concerned as to what that will look like as we enter the winter months with our Department of Public Works, and as we continue to get through a year. I just know through experience that the police department is going to encounter some type of investigation that's going to need, you know, all hands on deck, and they're going to be real challenged to do so with the amount of money we took from their OT. But we'll deal with that. But I just want to keep planting the seed as to, you know, consequences of the budget reductions, which I understand were needed to ensure a mill rate that would be something that you would want to present to the public. So with that said, this concludes my report for this evening, and subject to your questions, Mr. Mayor and Council.
Thank you. I am next with my report, which doesn't consist of a whole lot right now. What I do want to say is that I'd like to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to my fellow town councilors for electing me as mayor for the remainder of the council term. Serving as deputy mayor was an honor, and stepping into this new role is a privilege I do not take lightly. Thank you for your trust and confidence. I'm committed to work tirelessly for our community. Looking back on the summer, I'm filled with pride, from concerts and festivals to family gatherings in our parks. It was inspiring to see residents out enjoying the warm weather and connecting with neighbors. These events showcased the spirit of Bloomfield, vibrant, welcoming, and united. And the momentum continues. I have some good news tonight. The DECD is now encouraging the town to begin the process of identifying potential developers interested in Bloomfield's downtown district. Now, there's a bit of hesitation, a little bit, because we submitted a wonderful proposal, and that was through Goma, New York, and through John Coleman in his office, and Linda Loreno, and others. And it was right on the verge of being approved. But what is now the case is that they know that this proposal was a great one. We have to resubmit in December, but they are setting the stage for us to begin the process of locating developers that would be interested in doing business with our town. And we are so excited. December is the date that we resubmit for CIF, but there was strong encouragement throughout this process that they find this proposal to be very compelling. And I'm just excited as heck that we're now at this point. So that concludes my comments, and now we move to council comments. We will start with our newly appointed colleague, Darrell Goodwin.
Thank you, Mayor. I just offer gratitude and thanksgiving for the current council welcoming me to join with you all through November 11th and hopefully longer. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. And you're very concise. That's a great thing. Okay. Councilor Waterhouse.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who actually showed up for me and my family during our trying times. This town pulled together, and I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, everyone. Okay, and thank you for coming out.
Thank you. Thank you. Councilor Oliver.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I just want to, tell Councilor Darrow that, we're glad to have him on board with us. Congratulations to you as getting voted in as the mayor as well. I would also like to thank everyone for putting up with a few long meetings that we had regarding Arbella. I'm just very happy that we've all come to an agreement and came to a conclusion. And, I'm on the southeast side of Bloomfield as well. I grew up on this side of town, so it's nice to see development here, and we look forward to the partnership. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Councilor Cooper.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I just want to say to Councilor Waterhouse, certainly that, we and I personally would just offer that, anything that we can still do for you that you need, let us know. We know that these things are not easy. They're not easy, and this council has your back, each person. And so I also want to offer a round of applause for that great news, Mr. Mayor. That is wonderful news. I know that a lot of our town citizens and residents have been asking questions about, our town center, and what's next. The excitement that we have for Bloomfield is real. Bloomfield has things that it can always work on, but I truly believe that, Bloomfield is the place to live. It's one of the best towns in the state of Connecticut, in the Northeast, as a matter of fact. And I just hope that my neighbors and residents realize that we are blessed and should be grateful that we do live in such a place. And lastly, I want to offer a heartfelt welcome to our colleague, Darrell Goodwin, who I am glad to see here serving. Our council is going to change, but again, it is change that happens, and we need to welcome it. We need to embrace it. And I look forward to working together with everyone who is on this council come November, no matter what. Because I, like you all, my why is to ensure that the town of Bloomfield is one of the best places in the United States of America to live. And I want to leave a legacy not only for those who are to come, but certainly make it the best place to live now for those who are here. And those are words that, come from my heart. That's why I serve. And probably many of you have your reasons, but those are mine. And I want to say thanks again, and everyone have a great night.
Thank you. Councillor McCleary.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Hopefully you give me some grace as tonight is my last official town council meeting. If there's not a special meeting called, tonight will be the last one. And so as I sit in my car in the parking lot, coming from work, and as a member of the town council, I want to begin where all service should begin, with gratitude. I want to give gratitude to the residents who trusted me, to my colleagues who worked alongside me, and to our dedicated town staff who showed up every day to make Bloomfield better. Serving this community has been one of the greatest honors of my life. I want to thank my wife. I want to thank my daughters for supporting me over the last, since 2017, all of the ups and downs, the late nights and the phone calls, interrupting their TV time, etc. As you all know, I decided not to seek re-election this summer, and I leave this council filled with faith, faith in the people of Bloomfield and the hopes and opportunities that always define Bloomfield. I ran because I believed in that hope, and I still do, in the opportunity. But belief alone is not going to be enough. Moving forward, the council will have some real challenges ahead that will require focus, teamwork, and courage. We hear the manager talk about staffing needs. There's going to need to be some type of assessment done about our staffing levels, and if the staffing levels is at the level that Bloomfield needs to continue to move forward. As you all know, we have 3 years left on revow. We must see that process through, limit spending, and any increased revenues that come in the budget needs to be placed towards offsetting revow, planning and economic development. I'm happy to hear, Mr. Mayor, that DECD and the CIF committee is asking for us to begin to look for a developer for our downtown. We need to think long-term and building a town center that thrives, support our local community, and growing in a way that is smart, inclusive, and sustainable, and not having gentrification with displacement, but making sure that the residents of Bloomfield, the long-term legacy residents of Bloomfield, benefit in the economic opportunities of Bloomfield. Fiscal guardrails, make sure that they're strong, disciplined. It's just not about the numbers that's going to show up on the books, but it's about the people that's behind those numbers. And we need to make sure that that we keep Bloomfield on Financial Times. As you all know, timely audits. We must grasp and get our hands around making sure that our audit come in on time, because it's about accountability and transparency. And I think that should be a non-negotiable for the town, no matter who's on the town council, who's the chair of the finance committee, the town manager, or the finance director. As Barack Obama said in his farewell address, our democracy needs you, not just when there's an election, but all the days in between. That is the same and true for Bloomfield. The town's strength has never come from one council member, one leader, or one election. It comes from everyday people who choose to care and who choose to get involved and do their part. Before I close, I again want to thank my wife, Shani, and my daughters, Micaiah. They have been a constant source of strength, love, and grounding me through the long nights, meetings, and moments of sacrifice. I've always want to thank my family for believing in me and reminding me that service begins at home. And now I get to spend more time at home. I want to say thank you to my colleague, Mayor Wong, who left the town council earlier in the year. She is the one that got me out of my yard picking weeds in 2021 and told me that I had so much more to offer to the town of Bloomfield. And she was right. I hope I served all of my colleagues up there well. And I thank the town manager and his staff. And I am signing off. Thank you.
Councilman McCleary. Appreciate you for your service.
Thank you very much. And next we have Councilor Mahan.
Thank you, Mayor Harrington. First, I would like to thank Councilor McCleary for his service to town council. I can always recognize when someone makes sacrifices to serve, regardless of where their ideology laid or whether we agreed or not. The commonality of sacrificing to serve is something that I can always admire and appreciate. So thank you, Councilor McCleary. I would also like to congratulate the Mayor Harrington on being chosen as mayor, as well as our new councilor, Councilor Goodwin, as well, for being chosen too. You know, you guys, I'm looking forward to us serving for, I guess, this next month, hopefully a little bit longer, depending on how November goes. But congratulations to you both. I'd also like to thank Pastor Sean Fisher, who has been a consistent faith leader in this community, someone that has displayed great leadership in the faith community and for Bloomfield. He had his Blessing of the Candidates event that he does every year, and I appreciate him for giving all candidates, regardless of their political viewpoints, that space to be in the community without any vitriol or any conflict. It was just a space of peace and common ground. So I appreciate a great faith leader like Pastor Sean Fisher. With that, folks, I'll try to cut it there. Thank you very much. I hope you have a good night.
Thank you. And next we have Councilor Merritt.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to, first of all, thank Councilor McCleary. It's been many terms that we've served. And I think there are somebody who poured their heart into the job. And I go back, your first term, I think, was 8 years ago. I think so. And you came in with that group that came aboard 8 years ago and took a year off, I think a couple of years off, and then came back on for a couple of terms. So you've served for, I think, 3 terms and done a very good job. You really put your heart into it. So I think that deserves a lot of appreciation. I'd also like to pick up on something the mayor said. I think we're on a new journey. There's been a lot of concern about taxes this year. And the best way to remedy a tax problem is economic development. Economic development was an obsession back 10 years ago. And for some reason, we slacked off after that. And but we've gotten all the benefits of what happened back then, where companies, we gave them a break on on their initial taxes to get them to come to town. It worked out very well. And now we're getting all that money, just as we did with our bond. And I'm hoping this council has really restarted the economic development engine with our bill, and where you have business that's going to pay us loads of taxes and not use any of our services and contribute actually to the town in so many different ways. And that's what you look for in economic development. You want good development. And when they pay taxes like that, that would be even better. So we make millions off of that. And that allows us to build libraries and do other things. Without it, we can't, without raising our taxes. And we've been able to avoid larger and larger taxes. I mean, people always think you're paying too much in taxes. That's just normal human nature. But I don't think that's true. So I would think the news tonight on the center of town is especially good because that's why we put that $4 million in that fund towards getting that ball rolling, and it seems like it's going to be rolling. And I'm looking forward to hearing those good comments is great. And when we get the money that we've applied for, I guess it's going to happen in December. We didn't really expect it to happen right away, but that's going to be the return on our investment. So we haven't spent that $4 million, and it's available to be put back in our reserves if we need it. But if we can get that money, and they've told us to go ahead with the contractor, and I think that's a pretty good sign we're going to get it. So such a great job has been done by the committee on Center Town project. So it's and our consultants have been wonderful, and they're using their expertise. We're going to get a good center of town. I'm convinced of it. But I like most of all is it looks like we as a council, we're starting the ball rolling again on economic development. I'm glad what came up tonight about incentives came up. So we need those. We need to encourage business to come to town. If we really want to do something about our taxes, that's really the way to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Lloyd.
Thank you so much. Well, everything has been just about said, but I will start with welcoming Councilor Goodwin. I will say farewell to Councilor McCleary, a very sad farewell. I will miss our spicy dialogues. Folks don't know what go on behind the scenes. Your hard work and your passion, and then more hard work on top of it, and including your expertise has been phenomenal. I've learned a lot, and your presence as well as your skill set will be sorely missed. For those that don't know, we're gonna feel it, and I'm letting the public know. But you've left us in capable hands, and we're gonna be pinging your phone anyway. So fear not, you won't miss us too long. We do so greatly appreciate you and thank you for all that you've done. And yes, very exciting news, very, very exciting news to hear that we have been invited to seek an RFP for developers for the town center. So December, I feel confident that that application will go through smoothly. We're following directions, and to be invited to send out for RFP is an incredible, incredible opportunity that gives us a peek into the future. And we know that very shortly, with all of the apartments, we have a robust opportunity to develop our town center. There's a built-in base right there, just with all the apartments, not even to speak of all the residents who are so looking forward to having things to do and amenities back in the center of town the way we did have some years ago. So I'm excited about that. Councilor Waterhouse, again, heart goes out to you. It's not easy, and the fact that you're here is just incredible and shows your commitment to the town. So many exciting things coming up. We have, again, at the end of this week, we have Trunk or Treat. Please don't miss it. We have Shred Day coming up. Please don't miss it. Be very, very early as well. You can find out all the happenings on our town website. And I thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you. And lastly, I want to reiterate to welcome you to council. We're really looking forward to working with you. And certainly, yes, I am tremendously excited about the prospect of us getting this grant. And I failed, unfortunately, to mention the Bloomfield Economic Development Commission that was also a part of this group to put things together. Our team has worked tirelessly to make this happen and responded at every call when CIF requested additional information. So I'm really excited about the prospect of us getting this. And to Councilor Waterhouse, you know we love you, and that if there is anything that we can do to help at any point, please do not hesitate. You know, you've been at most everything, even in the midst of all this, so we really appreciate your dedication and commitment to the town. Town manager, I'm sorry. I know you wanted to be the one to mention it, and I just had to have something good to say. So I appreciate you stepping back and letting me mention the DECD activities. So thank you so very much. It's been a long run trying to make this happen, and I think there probably will be many other times that we'll have to get together on long meetings and regular meetings, but I think in the end, it's for the betterment of the town. Ken, gonna miss you. Phenomenal director of finance. You did a great job. You know, you do not have a loss for words. As evidenced the other night when we had the event for our former mayor, you were excellent, exceptional. I was just shocked. But at any rate, I just want to say to the town, we are so excited about the future, and we look forward to you coming to our meetings, voicing your interests, your concerns, because I believe we'll make every effort to try to address them. And so that will conclude my comments. And I think the last thing is
Motion to adjourn?
there a second?
Second.
Good night, Bloomfield.